Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to dig into the really vital stuff from the latest Black Desert update. It just dropped August 28th, 2025. And this one feels, well, pretty massive.
Yeah, it's definitely a big one. Our sources today are straight from the horse's mouth, the official update announcement, all the linked event pages. We're covering, well, everything. New mechanics, big class balance changes, QOL stuff, the works.
Right. And our mission here is to cut through all that info. We want to pull out the key bits that you need to know, not just to be informed, but to actually understand how this changes your game,
Exactly. What's new, what got tweaked, and why it actually matters for your gameplay.
So whether you're a vet looking for an edge, maybe you're just coming back to the game, or you're just curious how these big MMOs tick, you should walk away knowing exactly what this update means. Might have a few aha moments too.
Definitely. Some of these changes are quite clever.
Okay, let's jump right in then. First up, new events, new mechanics. This, Ellis Irvin's Landscape Challenge. It sounds really different for treasure hunting.
Oh, it absolutely is. It's a completely new system. The core idea, really, is to let you get those super rare treasure materials, the ones usually locked to specific, often really tough grind spots.
Yeah, the ones you spend weeks farming.
Exactly. Now you can potentially get them from other places. It's about giving you more choice, more flexibility.
Okay, but no more endless loops at Tunkta or Histria if you don't want to. Wow, how does it actually work? How do you, turn it on?
Right, so it's a couple of steps. First, you need to get these things called coloring materials, like Tunkrat Ruins Color or Hysteria Ruins Color. You get these from killing mobs in the original zone where the treasure piece drops.
Okay, so you still have to go there initially.
Initially, yeah. But instead of the treasure piece dropping, you get this coloring material. Then you right-click it, and it adds 10,000 points each to a landscape score for that specific area.
Like you're charging it up.
Kind of, yeah. You can use multiple at once, too. Once a landscape has score, you tick a box in the UI to select it, then right-click the Ellis Irvin icon on your screen to finalize activation. You can even activate more than one landscape at the same time.
Multiple, so you could target, 2 different treasure pieces at once.
Exactly. And here's the kicker. Once it's active, you go hunt monsters in any recommended 300-plus AP hunting ground.
Any.
Well, almost any. You can't hunt in the original treasure spot itself, or a spot that drops the same treasure piece naturally, or party zones. But otherwise,
Yeah, go hunt wherever you like, and you'll have a chance to drop the treasure material from your activated landscape.
that is genuinely game-changing. So I could be grinding for silver at, say, Orcs, but still have a shot at my Lofty piece from Tunkta.
Precisely. Now, there is a cost. Each monster you kill while the effect is active drains 3 points from your score for that landscape.
Okay, so it's not infinite. You have to manage the score. Right. And there's a little frameless picture frame item that can drop just to confirm the system is working for you. Plus, there's an event right now until September 11th giving out daily boxes with these colors so you can try it out fast.
Wow. Okay, for you, this just blows treasure hunting wide open, more flexibility, maybe faster progress, less burnout from grinding the same spot. That's huge.
It really is a fundamental shift in how you approach that part of the endgame.
Okay, moving on. Another big event running right now, Royal Steed Delivery. Looks like a great time for horse trainers.
Oh, absolutely. Same dates, August 28th to September 11th. The big headline here is a hot time buff plus 50% mount and training experience.
50%. Nice.
Yeah, if you've been putting off leveling horses or your training skill, now is definitely the time. Plus, there's a daily quest from Liana.
What's that involve?
It's simple. Just tame one wild horse. Doing that gets you an event glowing rope badge once per family per day.
These badges. You trade them in.
Exactly. Take them to Lorenzo Murray and Velia. One badge gets you an event Royal Steed training delivery slip. 3 badges gets you Gobi Roots or a Swift horse box, your choice. And 5 badges, once per family, gets you a Tier 8 horse exchange coupon box.
A T8 box just for taming 5 horses over 5 days. That's really accessible.
Very. And the Imperial delivery system itself is buffed too. Turning in Royal Steeds gives double memory fragrant flowers, so a Tier 8 horse nets you 40 flowers now instead of 20.
Wow, double flowers.
And you get those event Royal Steed training delivery slips too, based on the Tier 16 for a T8. And those slips have new exchange options, including coupons for the Royal Grandmaster's horse and the Tier 8 Golden horse. Better chances for rare mounts.
They're really pushing horse training this event. What about people who maybe don't have great gear yet?
They thought of that too. Everyone who had an account before the maintenance gets 3 horse gear set selection boxes in the mail. You can pick Okalu Illusion or Trina Night sets, stuff like that.
Oh, that's a nice freebie.
Yeah, and they even put a little taming guide in the patch notes reminding people about Sugar Lump's guaranteeing success. Very thorough.
So bottom line for you, if you're into horses at all, this event is stacked. Faster XP, bonus rewards, easier access to rare horses, even free gear.
Absolutely. A golden opportunity for trainers.
Okay, let's pivot to some core game changes. The class balance adjustments. This looks extensive.
Yeah.
And focus on PvE, right?
That's the key distinction, yeah. They specifically adjusted PvE damage while tweaking PvP ratios separately to keep PvP balance stable. The main goal seems to be shrinking the damage gap between classes and PvE.
Making more classes viable for grinding, especially in newer zones like Edenia.
Exactly. They want to enhance each class's unique traits, combos, evasion, back attacks for better hunting efficiency across the board, not just have a few meta grinders. These changes were on the test server, so they're not a total surprise, but seeing them live is significant.
And when you say extensive,
Yeah.
how many classes we're talking?
Pretty much. All of them. Seriously. Warrior, Ranger, Sork, Berserker, Tamer, Musa, Ninja, Kuno, Wiz, Witch, DK, Striker, Guardian, Sage, Dracania, Wusa, Meigu, Scholar, Dedi, Wukong. Both main, hand, and awakening succession skills saw tweaks.
Oh, okay. Any specific examples that jump out? Huge buffs or surprising nerfs?
Well, there are lots of incremental increases, like Warrior Strong, Heavy Strike getting a small bump. But then you see things like Warrior Strong, Grand Smash 3 going from roughly 7,900% times 2 up to almost 900% times 2. That's noticeable.
Sure. Yeah.
And then there are massive ones. Wizard Strong, Meteor Swarm, Concentrated, get this, went from about 11,700% times 3 to over 15,000% times 3.
Whoa. That's a gigantic buff.
It really is. But it wasn't all buff. Some specific skills got tuned down slightly. Like Wizard's Water Explosion the first saw a small decrease in its multiplier, which is Awaken Lightning Storm the third also got a slight reduction.
So it's a rebalancing, not just power creep across the board.
Seems that way. They're shifting power around within kits and between classes. Wusa's Song of the Moon third got a big boost too, almost 20% more damage. Wukong saw increases. Dracania got buffs. It's a lot.
So the takeaway for you is absolutely crucial. Check your main class, check the patch notes. Your rotations might need adjusting. Your damage output definitely changed. And maybe, just maybe, a class you didn't consider before is suddenly looking pretty good for PvE.
Definitely. This will shake up grinding efficiency for sure.
Okay, next big core change. Life skills. This sounds like the end of an era. Goodbye, silver embroidered clothes.
It is, and honestly, good riddance for many life skillers. The constant swapping between silver embroidered for EXP and Manos or other gear for mastery, it was just clunky.
Yeah, always forgetting to swap back, losing inventory space.
Exactly. So the solution is these new Dawn's Gemstones life experience. They come in 1, Ben, and Jin tiers.
Okay, new gems. Where do they go?
They go into 6 new dedicated gem slots that only appear when you wear plume accessories.
So they don't compete with combat crystals.
Correct. And they give big life EXP bonuses. 1 is plus 4%, Ben is plus 8%, and Jin is a massive plus 15% per gem.
15% per gem, with 6 slots. That's potentially 90% life EXP just from gems.
Potentially, yeah. If you get 6 Jin gems, you can craft them, needing things like Purified Water of Dawn and magic crystals. And the base 1 gem can drop from gathering and hunting too, if your mastery is high enough.
That's a huge EXP potential. So this replaces the silver embroidered clothes entirely.
Completely. All silver embroidered clothes, cooking, fishing, training, all of them are gone, removed from the game.
Wow. What about people who had like PE silver embroidered?
Compensated. You got silver or these new Dawn's Gemstones back based on the enhancement level. A plus 3 set gave a 1 gem, a plus 5 gave a Jin gem, a plus 5 special trainer's outfit, which was harder to get, gave 3 Jin and 2 1 gems, so they tried to match the value.
Okay, that's fair. And did the mastery gear change too?
Yes. This is the other key part. Manos, Carta, Loja gear. The stuff you wore for Mastery now also directly gives life EXP bonuses, up to 40% for P in Manos.
So mastery gear gives mastery and base life EXP now.
Exactly. And some got extra stats too, like cooking alchemy time reduction on those sets, processing rate on crafting clothes. It's all consolidated onto your main life skill gear set now.
So for you, this is just way better. No more gear juggling. EXP comes from gems and dedicated slots. Mastery gear gives baseline EXP too. Much cleaner, much more user-friendly.
Absolutely, a massive improvement for anyone serious about life skills.
Let's touch on another progression helper, the new Growth Support Quest for Ancient Defense Gear of Tranquility. Sounds like a boost for getting endgame gear.
It is. It's a new quest chain, once per family, follows on from previous ones. The final step, Growth Support Ancient Defense Gear of Tranquility, asks you to hand over a PN Tuvala defense piece.
PN Tuvala. Okay, so it's for people moving past seasonal gear. What's the reward?
You get to choose one piece of Ancient Defense Gear of Tranquility. Your pick of Lafraska helmet, Fallen God's armor, Dawn's gloves, or Aether's shoes, the big endgame armors, essentially.
Choose one.
Choose one. Now, these specific Tranquility versions can't be sold on the market, but importantly, you can enhance them up to Calamity level and then upgrade them into the actual sellable top-tier Edina armor pieces.
Okay, so it's a direct path to getting started with that highest tier of gear.
Exactly. And the gloves and shoes can be swapped for other types if you need to change later. It's a fantastic leg up for players pushing into that gear bracket. Makes it way less daunting.
Definitely smooths out that transition. Okay, let's talk quality of life. Edenia region got some tweaks. Those weekly bosses could be rough.
They could. So they've nerfed the defense of the main weekly boss, Etherian, by 12%. And they reduced the HP of the bosses in the first two phases. Jordine down 20%, Black Wings down 30%.
Oh, okay. That should make it noticeably easier, especially if you're not quite maxed out on gear.
Right. Should be more manageable, less of a brick wall for some people. They also tighten the starting area boundary so it's easier to just leave if you decide not to do the fight. And fix some bugs with the Etheria's blessing effect not applying right. Little things that make it smoother.
Good changes for that zone. What about broader UI and system stuff? I heard something about a new buff UI.
Yes. This is actually really cool. There's a new tab in your profile window, Peaky, called Buff Application Status. It lists all your active buffs with detailed info.
Finally. No more squinting at tiny icons trying to figure out what's active.
Exactly. Way easier to track everything. And the Party Finder got a big upgrade too. You can now set minimum level AP and DP requirements when recruiting.
Oh, nice. Up to what limits?
Level up to 60, AP up to 370, DP up to 440 helps find people actually geared for the content. And the really big thing, you can apply to parties even if you're on a different server.
Cross-server applications. That's huge for finding groups.
Massive improvement. Should make grouping up way easier.
Any other notable system changes? Horse info.
Yeah, the horse info menu is now horse growth info, and it clearly shows the skill learning rate increase from Pearl Horse Gear. And speak of that, they fixed a pretty major bug.
What was the bug?
Previously, if you had Pearl Horse Gear on just one horse attached to a wagon, the skill learning bonus was incorrectly applying to all horses on the wagon.
Oh, wow. So people were getting a much bigger bonus than intended.
Seems so. They fixed it now, so the bonus only applies to the horse actually wearing the gear. But as compensation for fixing it, everyone's getting 3 Pearl Horse Gear sets in their mail.
Okay, fix plus compensation. That's fair.
And they mentioned they'll add Kron Stone extraction for Pearl Horse Gear later too. Oh, and one more big QLL win, Edenia storage.
What about it?
If you've done the Magnus questline and have the Veins of the Deep Abyss, Edenia knowledge, you can now access your Edenia storage remotely. From anywhere.
Yeah.
Using maids, butlers, storage keepers.
Remote Edenia storage. Seriously.
Yep. No more running back to Orbit's castle constantly. Huge time saver.
That might be one of the best changes in the whole patch for high-end grinders. Wow. Anything else system-wise?
Yeah.
Something got delayed.
Ah, yes. Important note. The unified preset update they talked about at the Heidel Ball plan for this patch has been postponed. They apologize for the delay, working on getting it right.
Okay, good to know. So overall, these QL updates are really significant. Better buff tracking, much better party finding, a key bug fix for horses, and that incredible remote storage access. These genuinely improve the day-to-day experience.
You really do. Less friction, more time actually playing.
And finally, as always, there's a long list of general bug fixes and minor tweaks, right?
Yep. The usual suspects. Lots of class-specific fixes for skills not working quite right, movement bugs, things like that. Quest fixes for dialogue or navigation errors. UI cleanup for text or icons. Little world interaction bugs squashed.
Stuff you might not notice individually, but it all adds up to a more polished game.
Exactly. Fewer little annoyances, a smoother experience overall.
Okay, wow. We covered a lot there. Let's try and recap this huge August 28th update. We saw the LS Serban's landscape system completely changing the treasure hunting grind.
Right. adding huge flexibility. Then the Royal Steed Delivery event showering horse trainers with XP and rewards.
Then the massive PvE class balance pass, aiming to level the playing field and potentially shifting the grinding meta.
Followed by that huge life skill overhaul, goodbye, silver embroidered, hello, Dawn's gemstones, and consolidated mastery gear.
Plus the growth support quest, giving a direct path to endgame armor, refinements to Edenia, and a whole suite of fantastic QL updates like the buff UI, party finder, and remote Edenia storage.
It really touches almost every aspect of the game, from early progression right through to the deep endgame.
So the big question for you listening, with all these changes, what's your first priority? Are you jumping into Ella's Serban system, reworking your main skill rotation, finally tackling horse training or life skills with the new systems?
And maybe a final thought to chew on. In a game like Black Desert that's constantly getting these complex, layered updates, what does this relentless cycle of change tell us? How does it affect our relationship with the game, our sense of mastery, when the ground is always shifting beneath our feet, sometimes subtly, sometimes dramatically, like this?
Something to ponder indeed. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.